Hi everyone, it's Anne here from annshappystampers.co.uk and I'm back again with another project for you. And today I'm actually really quite excited about this, and I'm really pleased with it. And what I'm calling it is my jar of tea. And basically it's just a lovely box that I've cut. I've used the Jar of Love stamp set and dies, and first of all I've cut out an aperture here, and inside what it holds is 10 little matching tea bags. And what I've done with the tea bags is I'll open this one and show you in a minute, but I've made my own little envelope and I've attached some twine to make the like little string for the tea bag. So basically it just opens up, and what I've done is the little tea bag holder also doubles as the little closure for the tea bag. So you've got your little bag in there, which I've attached the twine with a staple, and I've made my own little holder for the tea bag like that. And I just think they're absolutely gorgeous, I really do. And you just close it down, and I've popped a glue dot on the back, and that just keeps the cute little pouch closed. And like I say, it all matches. And what I did originally was I made a little tag so people know that it's a Twinings tea bag, strawberry and raspberry. But I haven't done them all like this because I was going to, but then when I got to the last one and I popped it in, I didn't like that to be the thing that was seen through the window. So maybe what you could do is just do them all with that on, but the last one you put in don't, so that you can just see, you know, the nice paper through. And it, like I said, it holds 10. You can do them in any colour design you like, and it just all matches. And I think it's such a beautiful handmade little gift, I really do. And I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to use mint macaron and the Paisleys and Posies DSP, which I'll just quickly show you because it's retiring, but it's still available on the retiring list, I think, on my website. And I'm sure it's only something like £4.70 for the pack, and you know, you get 12 by 12 sheets, and they are absolutely gorgeous. So if you're after this, I would nab some, because you know the price is fantastic. And I was on today and there's definitely still some available, but I don't think they'll be there for much longer. So mint macaron, it needs to measure 7.5 by 10.25, and that's for your box. I've made all of the tea bags because this is the second time I've had to fill them, and I messed up the first one, but I'm going to make a one anyway, just to show you how to do it. So the piece for the tea bag needs to be 4 1/8 by 5 5/8. You need a piece of window sheet for the little bit of the box that you cut out with the jar, and I've cut a bit to 2 1/4 by 2 3/4, and I've got 3 bits for the box. You need 2 which measure 1 7/8 by 2 7/8, and you need one piece, not peach, you need one piece which is 2 3/4 by 1 7/8. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll make this, I'll show you how I did the little tea bag first. So take a scoreboard or trimmer, whatever you use to score, and pop it in on the long side. And what you want to do is you want to score it at what is it again, 1 2 3, yeah, 2 5/8. So 2 5/8, 5 1/4. Turn it to the short side, and this bit will be the bottom. So depending on the pattern you've got, you want it running up this way, because this will be the top, this will be the bottom. Then score at 3/8 and 3 1/8. Okay, so that will be your little tea bag pouch. Whoops, oh God, I'm so sorry about that. I've just nearly drag the tripod off. So we'll quickly put this together. So just fold and burnish. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to fold round this way. So the side that doesn't have the little score line, just take a little slither off the whole strip, off the whole length of this, just something like that, and it's just to help it close better. Okay, and then this piece here, we need to get rid of this, but we need to cut past the score line, so remove some of the score line as well, so that it doesn't catch when you're closing. Okay, whoops, and don't stab yourself. Take a little wedge off here. Okay, then you want to remove this little square here, but then just take a piece off there and a piece off there. Okay, and then you want to remove all of this, but again you want to remove the score line and a bit extra, just so it closes properly. And then the last thing is just a little piece off there. So that is what you should have. So it's going to fold round like that. That's going to fold up there. And what I mean by cutting a bit extra off is so that your score line is not going to catch it, and they won't close, and then it closes down like that. Now if you've got the curvy corner punch or some kind of fancy punch, what I did was I just popped it in, make sure it's all the way in, and I just created some nice little fancy edges on the tea bag pouch. Okay, so we're going to quickly stick this together with some Tombow. So you want a piece down here, and the reason I've put the joining piece on the outside like this and not inside was because the tea bag kept catching, because I did it first, that's how I know, and the tea bag was just catching. So the better outside were on the back. I mean, you still can't really see them anyway, but yeah, they just kept catching, was it, and the tea bag just wouldn't go in properly. Okay, so that's that, and you've got your sweet little pouch. And like I said, I've already made them all because I messed up. So the one that I opened, oh, I can't find it now. I did open a one for you originally, so I'll just open another. So basically what I did with the tea bag, like I showed you before, was I just got a tea bag, I got some twine, I just stapled the twine onto the bag, and then all I did was using a 1-inch circle and a flower punch. Well, actually I can do this bit and show you what I did, but yeah, staple some twine onto your tea bag, and then what you want to do is just with some scraps or whatever, I've just got a bit of the DSP and some mint macaron. I'm going to cut a 1-inch circle out, and then I'm going to cut a little flower from the petite petal or whatever flower punch or dies you have. And then no, I can't make it because I don't have any of the twine, but basically what you do is pretend the twine's on your tea bag. All you do is just get a glue dot, pop a glue dot in the middle, stick the twine on the glue dot, and then the flower onto there, and then a glue dot on the back, and that's what will close your little pouch and also double up as a little holder for your tea bag. So it's really, really easy. So yeah, I'm just going to pop this back in here, and you just basically pop them in and then just give it a little tap like that and they'll drop in, and you can just have the string hanging wherever you like. And that's how I made the gorgeous little tea bags. So let's move on to our box, which is really easy. It's not hard at all. Right, so we need our scoreboard again. And I'll try not to whack the tripod this time. So scoreboard, pop it in on the long side, and you want to score it at 2 7/8. So 2 7/8, 4 7/8, 7 3/4, and 9 3/4. Okay, turn it to the short side and you want to score at 2. Now this will be the bottom of the box. 5 and 7, and this will be the top. Okay, the really small piece will be the top of the box. Okay, so we will fold and burnish quickly, and then we'll cut away what we don't need, and then we just need to cut our little aperture out and then stick our paper on. So it's really simple, but I just think it's such a beautiful little handmade gift. I think they would do great at craft fairs. I think they would be great to give as little gifts. Okay, so the box is going to fold around and we're going to have our seam at the back. Okay, so if we start with the top, we need to get rid of this middle piece. So this square here, so we've got our thin strip there, so we need to get rid of the second square from the right. So remove the whole of this, including the score line as well. Remove the score line, it just makes it look neater. No, yeah, that's right, I thought I'd done it wrong. This is what happened last time, and I cut the wrong end and just made a right mess. So I've got rid of those. Okay, now I'm just going to cut down here. Okay, and then I'm also going to I'm going to cut down here, but I'm going to remove this little end rectangle, and I'm just going to mite it in there. So up to now you should have that. Okay, so it's going to fold around, and then all we need to do is it's going to fold in like this and close like this, but we don't need these so long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut mine down to there. So I would say you want to cut them down to 1 inch. And then again the other side, I'm just going to guesstimate, because it isn't really too important if they're not perfect, because all they're going to be for is just to fold down on the side, and then that's going to close in. Now this bit here I'm going to round it off with a corner rounder. If I knew where it was. There it is. And I think this just really helps the box close much better. Okay, so that is the top of our box done. There we go. And what you can do as well is take a little finger hole, just a really small one. It doesn't need to be too big. So the 1 inch circle, because remember we've got to cut our jar out of here as well. So yeah, just a really small one. And now the bottom, we're just going to cut up all of our score lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, but then this one here we're going to cut up, but we're going to remove the rectangle again like we did on the top, and I'm going to just mite it in there because we don't need that. Now you've got 2 larger pieces and 2 smaller pieces. The smaller ones are what you're going to take a little wedge out of, just like that. Okay, and then the same with this one, just a small little wedge out of there. And that's it, that's the box cut and prepared. So taking the gorgeous jar of love, this is continuing over to the new catalogue, and it's just a fantastic set. You get so much for your money. Now I've got the, I think I used the middle-sized jar for this. Yes, I did, because you get 3 jars. You get a small one, a medium, and a really tall one. And what we need to do is pop our jar on there like that. We need to get it level, the bit that we've cut the little finger thing out, and we need to run it through the big shot, okay, because that is what's going to cut out our aperture. We'll do this bit separately in a minute, but for now we just want to cut this out, okay. And also to make the little tag, what I did was, well, what I'm going to do, because then we might as well cut them all out together, was take a bit of scrap Whisper White and the stamp. It's the small little jar here, which I've got mounted, and I'm going to use black Memento ink. Just ink it up, make sure it's inked up properly, and then I am going to stamp this onto the Whisper White. Okay, and we're going to take the matching die, which is the small one, and we're also going to cut this out as well. Okay, now for these little bits here, that is those which are the lids. Now what I've done is it's this stamp here, which is the lid, and I've just heat embossed them. So I've stamped them with Versamark, heat embossed them with gold powder, and then you have the little die, which is this one here, and they just cut out like that, and that's what creates your little lids. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just to save time, I'm going to run all these through. So I'm going to cut my jar for a tag, 2 of them, because I want one for there and one for there, and I'm also going to cut my jar out of the aperture out of the box. So I'll do that and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so I've cut the jar out of where I said. There's the little jar for our tag, and we're gonna, one of them is gonna go over there for our tag, and the other one is gonna pop on there for our jar there. Okay, so what we need to do now is pop some window sheet, and I can't remember if I told you what size it was, but this measures, because I had to trim it down, it was too big. So this measures 2 1/4 by 2 5/8, and it's going to stick onto there. And all I'm going to use for that is some glue dots. Okay, so I'm just going to pop one there, just pop a few on. You might have to sort of roll them together. That's what I meant about not making the window, the finger hole too far, because you're going to need room for the jar. So I'm just popping a few of these on just to make sure it doesn't come off. Okay, and then we will stick, and also make sure they don't go past, because then your tea bags will stick to the inside of the box. Same with that, just push that in if they seem to be sticking out a little bit. There we go. So now we've got our little window sheet in, and we can glue one of our little lids on, and it will glue, some of it will glue onto the window sheet as well. Otherwise it probably wouldn't stick if we didn't have the window sheet, because there would be nothing for it to stick to. So a bit of Tombow on here. You don't need loads, just a little bit. And we're just going to stick this onto our little jar. Just hold it down for a little bit. There we go. Looks really, really sweet. And our DSP, I've got 2 pieces for the side because I wanted to put some on, but I didn't obviously want to put any on the front. And then this piece is for the lid. Okay, so I'm just going to use a bit of Tombow. Oh, and I'm devastated. I've had to cut my nails because I snapped too many, and it just, I thought, oh, it looks ridiculous. So I'm devastated, but they'll grow back. I'm quite lucky, they do grow quite fast. So just pop your paper on, just like that, and then just be wary if you've got a pattern. I mean, this paper doesn't really matter, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so there is all of our paper on. We're just going to get our box together now, so that's going to fold in there. So we want, I'm just going to use Tombow actually because I've got it out. So we want some down there. Fold your box round and it should line up perfectly, and just let that stick to there. Okay, and then the top should close. Yeah, the top closes pretty much perfectly, really. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of Tombow on the front of here, just so that can stick to there. And then I'm going to pop some on here, and this can stick to here. And then if you want, you can just open your box up and press your bone folder down, make sure it's all nice and stuck. And it's time to pop the gorgeous little tea bags in. So we have 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 gorgeous little tea bags. And I mean, like I say, they all match, so I just think it's fantastic. I really do. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then close our little box up. How sweet is that? Well, I didn't want that string down. Make sure I've got the string the side. That's better. Oh, it's still there. Never mind. absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Now quickly, I just want to glue this onto our little jar. So just go over the bit that you've stamped, like so. Just stick that down, and then I've got the little sentiment, which this time says, "You fill me with happiness," and I'm going to stamp it in rich raspberry. So just ink this up, and I'm just going to stamp this roughly in the middle of the jar, like that. And then I've got the 1/8 of an inch punch here, and I'm just going to punch a hole in the middle, roughly in the middle of here, like so. And then I've got some of the Night of Navy twine, which is what I'd been using for the tea bags, so they match as well. And then I'm just going to slot them through the hole. I'm going to just snip them ends off because they get a bit raggy. And it's going to go through here, like so. And then I'm just going to pull it through there, like that. And I'm just going to snip some off because I don't want it too long. And then again, I've got the Petite Petal Punch, and with some of these scraps that we had off the box, I'm just going to punch out 3 flowers. And then I'm just going to give them a little bit of a shape. Just push them down in the middle. Where's my other one gone? Oh, to punch another one, I've lost it. No, I hadn't, it was under there, never mind. And then what I'm going to do is get some glue dots rather. Oh no, I haven't got any left on here. Yeah, I'll get the other ones. Where are they? There they are. So it's starting to get dark now. Glue dots, and I'm going to pop one on the back. Actually, I'm going to put 2 on this one, because then I'm going to take my little tag and I'm going to stick the flower over the top and just press it down, and that helps keep the little tag on, and then you can go back and lift the little petals up. So I'm going to pop. Sorry about that, everyone. I was yappering away to myself and it cut off. But yeah, so I just stuck them on, and I stuck some little rhinestones in the middle, and I just put one on the little jar, and there we go. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. So all the info will be on my blog if you want to go on there and get the measurements and see some more photos and stuff. And I'll be back again on Friday with another video. So thanks for watching, and take care, and bye for now.